The people in this vehicle are Russian soldiers. While traveling on the road, a drone attack suddenly occurs. This pickup truck, equipped with an electronic warfare system, confused the drone's direction and prevented it from hitting the vehicle. As a result, the soldiers remained safe and continued on their way.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
The Russian Defense Ministry announced that a Tulip-mounted motorized mortar destroyed a command center belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. This is how the Russian soldiers' offensive operations were recorded. The graveyard of Ukrainian armed forces equipment destroyed by Russian drone operators at the Krasnoarmeysk and Dmitrov intersection continues to grow. The video appears to show Ukrainian soldiers' shelters and fortifications being raided. Russian armed forces captured the fortifications and shelters as a result of intense attacks. They also captured many Ukrainian soldiers. The footage has been re-edited to comply with YouTube community guidelines. Stay tuned to watch unique operation videos from Russian special forces.
Контролю больницу! Контролю больницу! Твоя! Пусти, уходи, ползи! Блядь! Пусти, сколько вам? На коленях ползи, сука, на коленях ползи.
Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
Давай, давай, выползай.
Northwest of Pokrovsk, an American Max Pro armored vehicle was destroyed on the M30 highway. A few small Russian FPV drones loaded with ammunition are enough to destroy NATO's and the US's expensive armored vehicles. How do you assess this situation? How do you evaluate the fact that small, fast, and light drones loaded with ammunition can destroy expensive and heavy armored vehicles? Share your thoughts in the comments. A Bodan 3.0 motorized gun was detected and destroyed in the Zemlyany region. The FPV UAV operator systematically struck the Bodan's head, and it eventually went up in smoke. Ukrainian forces periodically attempted to extinguish it and bring it back to life, but the arrival of 4 FABs put an end to its presence at this position. An archive footage recorded by the Ukrainian armed forces. The Russian drone was chasing a Ukrainian pickup truck when the driver panicked, drove into the trees, and crashed. As far as I can tell from the video, Ukrainian soldiers are sawing down the trees that the vehicle crashed into. It looks like they are doing this to save the vehicle. But do you think that's necessary? Because the vehicle looks like a wreck now. What's the point of saving this vehicle?
Дали нам пилку, а вона, блядь.
Footage of the liberation of Redkodub, located on the border between the Kharkiv region. Russian aviation, artillery, and attack aircraft destroyed the combat equipment and firing positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. Russian assault troops then raided the positions of the Ukrainian forces. Redkodub was liberated by fighters from the 144th Motorized Rifle Division of the 20th Army of the West Military Group. Russian reconnaissance drones spotted a shelter where a Ukrainian soldier was hiding during an aerial reconnaissance mission. An attack drone then launched a powerful strike on the shelter. Russian forces destroyed the position of the 81st Airborne Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the city of Seversk with a FAB 500 strike. Destruction of a 2A-65 unit belonging to the South Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine by artillery fire at the Delivka train station. Footage of this morning's attack by the UMPK on the Regional Administration Building in Kherson. Throughout the night and morning, attacks were carried out on the presumed locations of Ukrainian military and administrative facilities in Kharkiv, Sumy, and Odessa, as well as on territories temporarily under Ukrainian control in the Kherson region. In particular, in Kharkiv, according to current information, 7 missiles were targeted at a single facility where Ukrainian armed forces units were stationed. Kupiansk direction. A buggy belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces was blown up by a mine. Two Ukrainian soldiers were spotted moving in the direction of Kupiansk. Then, drones carrying TM-62s flew over the road and fired anti-tank mines at the shelter where the 2 soldiers were located. After a few TM-62s, the shelter was destroyed. The TOS-1A launched heavy attacks on the 57th Brigade, which was hiding in a wooded area near Volchansk. Russian armed forces UAV operators and artillery units are destroying enemy positions in the Orakovo area near Zaporizhia. The images show combat operations carried out by reconnaissance units and FPV operators of the 30th Motorized Rifle Brigade, part of the 44th Army Corps of the Leningrad Military District, conducting targeted strikes against enemy vehicles near the settlements of Velikaya Beryoska and Seredina Buda in the Sumy region. The destruction of a rare 2S7 Pion self-propelled gun and HMMWV armored vehicle belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the Krasnolimanska direction by fiber-optic UAV operators attached to the 144th Motorized Rifle Division. The epic destruction of a Ukrainian radar station in the Chernigiv region. Garin observed the ST-68-36D6 radar station near the village of Borzna. UAVs hit the target accurately, leaving no chance for escape. Footage from combat operations by Russian FPV UAV operators. They destroyed Ukraine's ground robotic vehicles. Then they destroyed 2 motorcycles in the same direction. An ordinary day at the front for a Russian war correspondent. The moment a Ukrainian FPV drone attacked war correspondent Andrei Filatov.
Целый. Здесь. Цел. Вообще похуй. Поехали? Да. Целый.
Air reconnaissance identified the enemy's shelter, and then drone operators sent an FPV loaded with powerful explosives to the location. Result: the building was completely destroyed. Donetsk direction. In the Donetsk direction, scouts from the Yuzhnaya group detected and destroyed an enemy Browning machine gun position with a precision FPV strike. UAV operators of the North Group destroyed an armored vehicle of the Armed Forces of Ukraine within 15 minutes, the Ministry of Defense reported. In the footage, an aircraft-type UAV is used, and the detected armored vehicle is destroyed within minutes.
Он что, остановился там?
Russian armed forces liberated the village of Oleksandro Kalinove on the Konstantinovka direction. Footage of rescue operations recorded. One by one, the positions of the Ukrainian forces were detected by reconnaissance drones and destroyed by both ground and airstrikes. Drones, kamikazes, carried out intense attacks. Russian forces destroyed positions at close range with grenades and rocket launchers. Ukrainian soldiers were captured and evacuated. Artillerymen of the 8th Artillery Division of the Southern Army in the Konstantinovka direction in Donetsk are using the latest 152mm self-propelled howitzer Hyacinth K on the wheeled chassis BAZ 6910-027. The self-propelled vehicle allows the Army to fire cluster projectiles at a range of more than 30 kilometers, the Russian Defense Ministry said. The Russian Defense Ministry demonstrated the operation of the robotic system equipped with a 7.62mm PKT machine gun to Vostok soldiers. On the battlefield, robotic systems are now used for many different purposes. Do you think only robots will fight in the future? Will there be only robot operators in the future? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Another bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces has been uncovered. The position was destroyed as a result of several precision FPV drone strikes. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Footage of the destruction of the REB system used by the Ukrainian armed forces to intercept Russian drones in the direction of Kupiansk by a Russian fiber optic drone. Destruction of a towed 122mm D-30 howitzer of the Armed Forces of Ukraine by FPV UAV operators of the South Group near Serebryanka. Images from the combat operations of the Central Union Forces units during the liberation of the village of Zverevo in Donetsk. The offensive was conducted using the tactic of secretly accumulating forces and methodically clearing Ukrainian forces' fortifications. The fighters advanced step by step, clearing the settlements one by one. Having suffered significant losses, the Ukrainian forces retreated and, unable to form a stable defense, left the battlefield. Destruction of 2 Ukrainian armed forces robotic platforms near Lipsy in Kharkiv region. The Russian FPV operator destroyed a bunker with fighters of the armed forces of Ukraine in a part of the Zaporizhzhia front.